Well, we need to start getting things wrapped up to go back down to Florida. So the time has come.
Well, hey everybody, I'm Bill.
And I'm Elizabeth. Live simple.
Live free.
Yeah, we are. I'm going to just take you around a little bit today to some of the just things I love around here. And I love being here so much. We are truly blessed that we have to leave a place that we're sad to leave, but we're going somewhere that we're going to be very happy to be there. Yeah. And coming back from Florida, it's always sad to leave, but I'm always very excited to get back to Virginia. I just want to show you how things are right now, and we're starting to wrap up, getting things together to be able to make the big change again.
So it's still, the weather's still nice here, but
it's beautiful.
It's starting to cool off. In fact, right now, today, the high is about 72. Beautiful sky, not a cloud in the sky, perfect weather.
Yes.
The nights are getting down into the 40s, so it's still beautiful, but in another few weeks or a month, it's going to be starting to get colder. So we're going to be here about another week, and then we head back down to Florida.
Yep, I'm going to head back down there. And once again, it'll be Florida tends, northern Florida during this whole late fall, winter season is very much like a beautiful fall day here or a spring day, because it'll be sometimes colder, sometimes warmer, but usually dry and beautiful, clear skies. And so, yeah, I'm grateful that before it gets really cold here and snowy and icy and all that, we'll be back down at our little house in Florida.
And the trip sometimes sneaks up on us. We realize, all of a sudden we realize, oh, it's only 3 days until we're leaving, and we scramble around trying to get everything done. So right now we got about a week left, so we're going to start now tidying everything up and preparing to go.
Yeah, getting everything ready. I feel so blessed having this mature, gorgeous dogwood right in front of this house, right outside of my office window. When we come here in the spring, it's covered in those gorgeous white dogwood flowers. It's a lovely tree over the summer and covered in these gorgeous red berries in the fall. In fact, not this kind, but other kinds of dogwood actually have beautiful edible berries. We had some like that for at least a little while up in Pennsylvania. And then once it drops all the leaves, it has a very interesting bark and a beautiful shape. And this thing is just gorgeous every time of the year that you can see it. We'll be back at Christmas time for a little while, and I'll be seeing it then. But, yep, I feel like 60 years ago, God led somebody to plant a dogwood here because he knew that when we came here that this would be such a blessing for me, because I have really loved dogwoods and I've wanted one for a long time.
Can you tell she loves her dogwood? She talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, we set our return date to Virginia based on being able to see the flowers in the dogwood tree.
Yes, I have to know it's still blooming when I come back. Some years back, we planted the cutest little baby peach tree, and look how it has grown. It's so well established now. We were able to take the fencing down because the deer can't really reach up here anymore, and it's just turning into a regular peach tree. Now this year, we had scads of little green peaches coming out about that big around. And then all of a sudden one day, they were all gone. Not a peach left on the ground, not a peach left in the tree. And Barry said the same thing happened with their peaches. So we'll figure this out. We'll find out what it is that's having a good old time grabbing our little green peaches. But I'm mainly just glad to see this tree strong and well established now. And when we do get a chance to have peaches from it, they're smallish, but wonderful flavor. They're just really delicious. So I'm grateful to have it. And isn't it beautiful now? Well, we had moved my roses from beside our little walkway here because the baby deer, not the big deer, but the babies, ate every single rose as soon as it came out. So I put them in one of these beautiful beds that Bill built for me. And then we had to be gone for a long time. And when I came back, the weeds were just overtaking. But Bill helped me get all of these out of here, and it's turned out that I've got 3 really healthy, beautiful rose bushes. So what we're going to need to do is get these trimmed. We've done some research as to what to do for a fall trimming. Get them trimmed. We have lots of wonderful, clean wood mulch available. Our son has it, big pile of it. And so, see over there? More than plenty. And so we can mulch them really well and get them well protected coming into the winter. We have to go ahead and do this, and I tell you, it's hard for me to trim it because there's still bulbs coming out, but I can't be here for every single one of them blooming, and I have to make sure this is well cared for going into the winter. So next year, when we come back, I've got 3 beautifully healthy rose bushes, and I'll try to coddle them, feed them, all that kind of stuff, and enjoy the roses again so much. So we have 1 acre and a third here, and I always enjoy watching Bill on the riding mower, just going around mowing everything. And it's surrounded by like this whole like hedge of trees and plants. A lot of them are berries, blackberries and black raspberries. And so I enjoy that. There's sort of a sheltered feeling here that I really enjoy a lot. So there's 2 little pine trees that Molly actually planted for me that are going to help fill in that little place down at the end that we're trying to add more of the hedge there. And they're slowly growing. We try to watch out for them. I appreciated her doing that. They're little fat pine trees that are going to fill in the area a lot. So anyway, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous day. And I'm trying to enjoy this as much as I can before we have to go down and start really enjoying Florida. I always love having something on the door for whatever season it is. And this is my one for fall. And then Molly actually got me one I hang up here for Christmas, which I just love. And I just realized I got to take that sticky stuff off our windows. I think it's been enough years now I need to do that. But I do really love that. And this is my church chimes. I love when the wind blows. They're beautiful.
Now it's also time to take down our hot tub. But I need to tell you, this hot tub right here was a total fail. We bought a inflatable hot tub like this in Florida 2 years ago, and I was skeptical about inflatables, but our son Barry had an inflatable and he's used it for years. He said it worked well. So we bought the one down there, and the brand was Relax Time without the A there. That's not a misspelling, that's the way it's spelled, Relax Time. And it has worked great. For 2 years, we've used it down there. For 2 winters, we've used it. And when we went to buy this one, we wanted to buy another one the same way. We bought it off of Amazon, and this should be deflating. Yeah. And the one we bought down there was no longer available. I just checked, and it's still no longer available. So we looked on Amazon, and we found this one that absolutely looked identical to the one that we bought. This one, the brand is Edostory. I don't know how to pronounce it. But so we bought this, and it worked great. We started using it for a while. We loved it. We used it let me back up. When we got the one in Florida, several people said that they had also purchased an inflatable hot tub, but that after a couple of months it quit working. And I was skeptical about that, but we figured, well, we'll see. That one down there lasted for 2 years. So we used this one for about 6 weeks, and all of a sudden, sure enough, the pump still worked, still circulated the water, but it no longer got hot. And I tried to fix it. All of the works, the electronics, are all inside of here. It's all completely sealed. There's no way to access it. I didn't know if it was a blown fuse or a bad connection or whatever, but there's absolutely no way to access it. So I just unplugged it, and we didn't use it for about a month. The water was still in there. Came back about a month later and plugged it back in, and it was, once again, the pump was working. All of a sudden it was hot again. So I thought, oh, okay, I don't know what was going on, but this is great. So I used it 2 nights, and it quit working again, and I've never gotten it to start again. So it's basically worthless. I mean, like I said, there's no way to access anything. There's no way to fix it. I don't know what to do with it. So I'm probably going to end up just throwing it out. So that was quite a disappointment because we absolutely love this hot tub. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Both of these, we paid around $400 for each one of them. But, you know, if you get a real hot tub, a fiberglass hot tub that has access door where you can get to the pump and all that kind of stuff, they start at about $2,500 and go up from there. So that's not something we're going to be doing lightly. Even though I built this deck for this hot tub, right now we can't use it. So that was quite a disappointment. Like I said, the brand Relax works fine, but this Edo Story quit on us after a couple of months. So being the expert on roses that I am, since I know nothing about them, I went to YouTube University to find out what I need to do to prune these for the fall. And I learned some things. First of all, there's what they call structural pruning, which is when you prune it all down and you shape it to the way that you want the bush to be shaped. You cut off ones that are sticking way out and, you know, whatever, you prune it way down. The fall is not the time to do that. That should be done in the spring. So what we want to do in the fall is just basically protect it from damage over the winter. And one of the main things that they talked about was to cut away any ones that stick way up that could be damaged in the wind. If we have a winter storm and this thing's blowing all over the place, it could be damaged. And like this one over here, it could whip back and forth badly in the wind and actually damage the plant. So they said that you want to cut off all of the extra ones that stick up like that. And they suggested cutting them off about 2 feet up from the ground. So basically I'm going to just cut these all off right at about the level of the top of the cage to start. And I hate to cut off the flowers, but you know, we're leaving next week. It's got to be done before we leave. Anyway, this is a little early to be doing this. They recommended mid-November to about Thanksgiving, because if you cut it too early, then apparently you're signaling the plant to do more growth, especially if you put a lot nitrogen-rich fertilizer on it and then cut it off. You're signaling the plant to go into more growth again, and we don't want that. But I think this is late enough. It's mid-October, and we really don't have any choice because we're leaving next week. Some roses seem to have more thorns than others. These are really bad for thorns. I don't know what kind these are, except they're yellow ones. What kind of roses are those? Yellow. They also said to cut off anything that's obviously dead, because that can just promote disease. So now, I hate to do this, trim the red ones as well, because these are really beautiful, but it's all got to go. Look at this beautiful red rose. Now this one's got quite a few sprigs that are very healthy, but it's also got ones like these that are completely dead, so I'm going to cut them off way down low. Now this one over here, in the spring it looked like it was mostly dead, but then it started sending up these little sprigs over here, but they're all very thin, very spindly. So I don't think I'm going to do anything with that. And then in the spring, we're just going to pull this up and plant a new one, a young one, because I don't think this is going to survive with all that spindly growth. Okay, so now I got some of the clippings laying around, and actually I think I'm going to wait until I can get some gloves to pick those up, because those are extremely full of thorns. So, but that'll be easy once I get that, and then I just dispose of them. So that should be good until next spring. And these cages protect the roses from the incessant deer that eat it every spring. So, should be good.
So it's just such a beautiful day, just kind of cool fall. There are some leaves really starting to change. And I hope I see as many as I can before it's time to go. But we're just enjoying the breeze here, get out of the sun for a minute. And anyway, I know that's not everything we're doing to try to get ready to go, but I just wanted to show how beautiful it is right now, and getting the roses ready and the hot tub taken down. And anyway, I'm just trying to appreciate just being here.
It's interesting because every time we move back and forth, we really love where we're at and we don't want to leave.
Yeah.
But we're also at the same time anticipating being at the other house.
Yeah.
So I really love Florida. I can't wait to get there, but I don't want to leave here because we got family and, you know, kids and grandkids and a lot of good friends here, good church.
Yeah.
But once we get down there, we love it so much that we won't want to come back.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a blessing to have two places in your life that you can love that much and be so appreciative of. We're always happy when we're down there.
Yeah.
Wonderful friends. I just love that little house. And I love Florida. It's gorgeous. I love it. And when I'm around the real cold weather, when we come back up at Christmas, it reminds me why I'm so glad I'm down in Florida. But it is hard to leave here too. This is still such a beautiful time here. And so you gotta walk away from something to get to something else.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to know that we'll be able to come back.
You know, it's interesting. We've been doing this long enough now. This will be our third winter going down. That we're starting to really experience what it's like to have two homes.
Oh, yeah.
At first, it was like we went to Florida and it was kind of like a vacation, but now it's our home down there.
Yeah, yeah.
And little things that you don't think about, like my Bible concordances that I use for Bible study, they're big, you know, and I don't want to be hauling those back and forth all the time. So I get down and I realize, oh, wait, I go to get my concordance and I realize it's not there. It's in Virginia.
Right.
So I ended up buying another set for down there. But there's just all kinds of little things like that. My tools, you know, I can't haul them all back and forth.
Yes.
But then I get down there and I go to get something and, oh, wait, that's at the other house.
Right.
Or pictures or paperwork. Oh, wait, that's at the other house.
Right. I'm so careful to try to make sure my file cabinet is really set up properly, because that does go back and forth, because there's things I just have to be able to have access to.
And I have a complete set of clothing here and a complete set down there. So basically when we go down, all I have to do is just wear what I'm wearing, and when I get down there I have another complete set. But then all of a sudden, wait, where's my favorite jacket? Oh, that's at the other house.
Right. Well, and I'm a lot more complicated than him, because I'm not as easy to get clothes for, and I have things that I just love. So I will just transport things back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, but that's okay. You know, I'll just take them back and forth. We got room, and I can just load them up just as if I'm going for a trip in the truck. So.
Yeah, and you know, if we load up in the back of the truck, we got a lot of room back there to put all kinds of stuff. However, we generally take 2 days to get to Florida. We don't want to just, it's like a 10-hour drive if we drive straight through.
I can't really handle the whole 10-hour day very well.
So we usually stop about halfway down, somewhere in North Georgia or South Carolina, something like that.
Yeah.
But if we got all that stuff loaded in the back of the truck, then we can't go back there and sleep. So having this trailer now that I carry my motorcycle in, since I got rid of the open bed trailer and I've got this covered trailer, that now gives us a lot of room back there also to carry, you know, filing cabinets and all kinds of things like that.
Just things that we find we really need to take the actual thing to each house.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So it works really well. And then we can, when we get to wherever we're stopping, Augusta, Georgia, or whatever it ends up being, we just go in the back and it's comfortable and we can get good sleep. So I'm grateful for that.
Right.
The other day I had to do an errand, and Bill really didn't need to be there with me, but we were on our way from somewhere else, so we didn't want to go all the way home first. And it was so cool because he just went in the back, got the fan on, and the windows were open, and he was real
in the back of the camper.
in the back of the camper, yeah. And I was just went in and did what I needed to do. So it was nice to know that he could just go back there and be very comfortable. Makes me feel kind of spoiled.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of times in life where you feel like you have to leave a bad situation to get to a better one, or you're leaving a good situation to unfortunately go to a bad situation. There's lots of things in life like that. But I'm grateful to be in the warm air over the winter. I'm grateful for the home we have down there. And I feel very blessed that we can love it here so much and have people that we love so much, and yet go down and still be able to feel at home and have people that we care about. Not quite like having your kids and grandkids, but still there's a dear friends down in Florida. And they know we're going to be able to come back again. So
I also appreciate that we've been able to work into the worship bands of both places.
yeah.
Yesterday I played bass, and she was one of the backup vocalists for the worship band here in Virginia. And then when we get down to Florida, we're also in the rotation to be in the band down there as well. So,
In fact, we did 2 services yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's such a blessing to still be able to do that.
Otherwise, we've been involved in music and worship for 50 years together, and if all
That's
of us,
actually really true.
yeah, it is. All of a sudden, if we didn't have that, that would be a loss that we would feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I really appreciate that the Lord has orchestrated it, that we can still do that in both places.
Yeah, because we love it so much. Yeah. We were just talking earlier today about some of the adjustments that we're making to the fact that we just can't quite do everything we used to. That we are feeling a little bit of the AGE thing going on. And so I'm really appreciating everything that we can still enjoy and do, and being a part of that worship is definitely one of them that I'm just so glad that that we can do it like we always have.
Well, like for instance, I'm sure many of you can relate to this, but you remember, I guess it was 3 years ago now, I tore the meniscus in my knee, and I was on crutches for a while and limping around for a long time, and it took better part of a year to heal.
Yeah.
But it never completely healed. It probably healed about 90%. So I can walk around, I can do fine, but I always have this little nagging pain in my right knee. And what I've discovered recently is that I can't go on long hikes anymore. I can walk for probably a quarter of a mile, but if I was going to do a 5-mile hike like I used to, my knee couldn't handle it. So like I said, I'm sure many of you can relate to that sort of thing as well. But that's a section of my life, that season. That's a season of my life that's just at an end.
Well, and we will watch videos like where people get to go to Angel's Landing in Utah.
In Zion National
Park.
I would love to do that.
And it's like automatic, like, honey, if we ever get a chance to go back, we'll go to Zion this time. And I know I couldn't do it. My balance would be hilarious. But I know that, you can go ahead and climb up Angel's Landing and take video and show me. And just this morning we were talking about how that he's like, I don't think I could do that anymore.
Yeah.
So it's adjustments. It's just good things come and then some things have to go. Yeah, that's for sure.
For you young people watching, when you get older, you don't have a clue.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things about getting older. But yeah, we didn't have a clue. Oh my goodness. I'll never forget that card I got my mother for her 80th birthday with that old grizzled like motorcycle gang dude on a little pink little girl's bicycle riding along, looking real grumpy and dripping chains. And the card said, "Getting old?" And you open it up and it says, "Ain't for sissies." And I not only thought that was hilarious to give my mom for her 80th, but I'm starting to realize it ain't for sissies.
I watched a video the other day. Now we're just rambling now, but
I know.
I watched a video the other day. It was so funny. I just realized that there are now people who were born in the 2000s, not in the 1900s, who are now full-grown young adults.
Yes.
And that kind of blows my mind, because to me, Y2K was just 2 years ago. But anyway, I was watching this video, and the guy was talking to his teenage daughter and running things by her from the 80s and 90s and saying, "Can you tell me what these are?" It was absolutely hilarious. It was things like Yellow Pages.
Yeah. Yes.
And Yellow Pages? She didn't have a clue what the Yellow Pages were. A Walkman. Mm-hmm. Well, is that like a walking stick that helps you? Rolodex.
Even flip phones, although they're more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Collect call.
A collect call, yes.
It was so hilarious. He went through about 20 of them, and she didn't have a clue what any of them were. And it just made me realize, I don't know, not so much how old I am as how much life experience we have.
Yes, yes.
You know, and there are things that we just know that the young people just don't have a clue because they weren't alive at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I saw a couple of young men trying to use a regular old dial phone, just a basic old. They could not figure out how you do a rotary.
A rotary phone.
Yeah, how to do a rotary phone. And I'm like, I can't blame them. They've never been exposed to it. Now this is the same generation. You know, I have grandson who's 21, so he was born in the 2000s. And when he was 2 years old, I could not figure out how to get a DVD to work with his dad's system because Barry made a lot of films, and you had to turn this off and turn that on. All I wanted to do is put in a DVD for my grandson, and he's 2 years old, and he comes up and goes, "Nana," and I handed him the clicker, the remote, and he goes, "Boop, boop, 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 boop," and pushes it, and the thing starts playing. I was just, okay. Oh my goodness, there's stuff that kids just like, it's like they're just intrinsically know how to do. It amazes me. It amazes me. It's a very different world.
yeah. Anyway, we're just sort of
I know.
digressing here and wandering, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just sitting here on the porch. It's such a beautiful day. It just makes you appreciate life, I guess.
Like I said, for everything that you can't do as well anymore, there's so many things about life that are such a blessing.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for it. I'm going to, I just feel like that with God's help, we'll be grateful for every single day until it's time to go into an incredible eternity with Jesus. So, yeah, let's see what the Lord has in mind here.
Yeah. So, like we said earlier, we'll be here in Virginia about another week, and then we'll be heading down. We don't know exact day yet,
Yeah.
but sometime next week.
It actually has to do with I just had a workup for my heart. So we have the final checkup with the doctor the day before we're supposed to leave. And I'm trusting everything's going to be just fine,
Yeah.
But so we're planning on that, just about a week or so here.
Yeah.
So,
So as we go, of course, we'll take you along.
absolutely.
So thanks for watching.
Yes, live simple,
Live free.
I do that now.
You do that.
It's not that I'm getting older. Let's try this again.
So thanks for watching. Live simple.
I do live simple. Oh, no, I do live simple. You do live. Now he's got me confused. And have we done this not like 3,000
I say it
times?
first.
Okay, good. Thanks for,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So thanks for watching. Live simple.
Live free.
You be blessed.
Yes. Glad to have you with us today. And love you guys. And of course, we will see you very soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See, that's how it works. I go, and then you go, and then, yeah.
I mean, how many times have we done that outro? Oh, it's so funny. Oh, my goodness.
At least 1,000. I think we've got over 2,000 videos now. In the past
At least
12 years.
18, 12 years. At least 1,800 times we've had the same outro. Oh, my goodness.
Bye-bye.
Oh.